Well, good evening. As you can see out the window, it's nighttime. I'm gonna whip up a quick little cobbler dessert in the oven using my little baking dishes. I love these. I make individual pies at the holidays with these. They're perfect. I have a video on my YouTube channel. Take a look at it. All right, so I'm gonna make a little medley. And we're getting down low on some fruit, so it'll be time to buy again pretty soon. I have 2 packages of frozen peaches left I'm gonna use. I'm gonna add some strawberries to it because I like the texture. And some leftover blueberries I had bagged in the freezer. So see, you can use baggies also. So I'm gonna get that in a pan. We'll start to cook it down, and then we'll get the little cobblers, if you will, started. I'll show you how we do that. Come along. So let's get started. I'm going to use the big burner, but only the inside heat element. So let's get me turned on high to get this pan warmed up. And then I'm going to put my fruits in there. Now I pre-thawed in the microwave a couple of packets of nectarines. I have a packet of strawberries, and I'm going to use the blueberries. So I'm going to get those in the pan here. Create little dessert, like a little cobbler, if you will. There's the strawberries. Now, these nectarines were extremely sweet this year when we purchased them. I'm so glad we did. And I'll be even more thankful next year when our nectarines tree in the backyard, the miniature, will produce some nectarines. That's our goal. And peaches. We have both. That's our goal. And I have a couple of bags of blueberries. I might as well use these up. And yes, you can put fruit, bags, and vegetables and meats in the freezer using Ziploc. Just try to squeeze most of the air out. I've just graduated to the sealer. Okay? And we're gonna let that warm or start to heat up. I'm gonna add just a little bit of water. A little bit to start. Because fruit has a lot of moisture in it. So let's let those cook down. Now it's quite a little nice medley of the strawberry, the nectarines, and the blueberries. And I just thought that would make a really nice combination of a little fruit cobbler in the oven. I'm gonna cook the nectarines first. Taste it and see if I'm gonna need any sugar in there, but I don't think so. Yeah, just a little bit to take away the tartness. We'll start out with a tablespoon. See what that does. Taste test. Yep, that'll be perfect. 1 tablespoon of sugar, that's all I use. I don't use a lot of sugar in my house. All right, and because I want it to be a little sweet, but also tart, I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. And when I have fresh lemons, I just squeeze a lemon in there, and I also put in the lemon peel. I grate it, which gives it a nice zest. But I don't have that, so we'll improvise. Oh, that's good. All right, and I also think I want to add just a pinch of cinnamon, or in Spanish, canela. There we go. About 1/4 teaspoon. And we're going to put in just a pinch of sea salt. Just that much. Let's stir all that in there. I don't cook with recipes for the most part. Because of my age being old, I guess, I've learned to just cook over the years, like many of you watching. Taste, sprinkle, add. Oh, that's good. The only time I'm really precise with cooking is when you're baking a bread or a cake, something that is a firm consistency, then you have to be very precise. But when you're playing with fruits and dinners like I made tonight, last night or every night, you don't necessarily need to be quite as precise with measurements. That's nice. And I'm going to put in a little bit of cornstarch because that's going to thicken it. I'm going to turn that up, get it boiling a bit. And I've got some really nice vanilla extract. It's all natural. It's where's it coming from? Canton, Massachusetts, and it's of course Madagascar bourbon vanilla. That's what it's called. And I'm going to just do about a half a capful. That's it. All those flavors added together are quite nice. And I think that's going to probably give me 4 cobblers. We'll see. That is very nice. Not overpoweringly sweet, but it has a good fruit flavor. Very nice. All right, let me get some parchment paper. All right, so that's starting to boil, and I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. That'll help thicken it. I'm going to sprinkle it in a little at a time and use my masher and mash those nectarines down a little bit. Kind of mix everything together. Oh yeah, that's enough cornstarch. That's thick and nice. Very nice. So I didn't use the whole tablespoon, about 1/4 tablespoon. All right, let's turn that off. That's how quickly you can cook it. So let's head over to the counter. There we go. All right, I think that's a good angle. We've got our fruit in the pan, and I'm going to prepare probably just 4. I think I only have enough for 4. These, again, I have made so many nice little pies at the holidays out of these. They're oven safe. God, I can't even begin to tell you. I love them. I got those years ago on Amazon, years ago, at least 7 years ago I bought those. Every year, apple, pumpkin, cherry, meringue pies, you name it, I've made them. All right, so we're gonna put in some parchment paper again. And again, I like to overdo and make the parchment paper really go over. Move down here and see better. I really like to over extenuate the parchment paper in case everything rises, it doesn't fall out. All right, let's do another one. And I swear myself cooking with parchment paper because it makes cleanup so nice. Helps with spills. There we go. All right, so let's go those 2 and then get another piece. And we're going to use oat flour again. I'm going to use my little grinder and we'll grind up the oats and make flour out of it. I use a lot of oats. For those of you who watch my channel, you know. I do not use white flour. And I don't buy oat flour at the store because it's too damn expensive. I can grind it myself. Okay. There we go. flour. So what I'm going to do is sprinkle some flour in the bottom of the pans like that, just so they're in the bottom. The reason for that is to help absorb some of the fruit moisture and make it solid to get out of the pan, or it'll hold it together when it's done. So there's two. Let's do two more. Throw some flour in there, that will help weight it down for me. And let's do one more. I've already turned on my oven. I have it at 425. I'm going to bake these for 20 minutes. And if they're not done in 20 minutes, we'll go longer, but I think that'll work. All right, so let's get the flour in there. All right, now we're gonna put some fruit in there. Get out my ladle. And then just that simple. Get it in there. Isn't that nice? Nice little desserts. It's affordable. Now we bought these strawberries, as I've stated, when they were on sale. For 99 cents, what do they call them, pints? We bought peaches on sale. When they were on sale, for 89 cents a pound and froze them. And we do the same with the strawberries. We buy them only when they're on sale. And then I always have them in the freezer. Yep, just enough for 4. Isn't that great? That's what I thought it would be. All right. Now we need to put a topping on here. That's fun too. So let's get started. For my topping, I'm gonna get started with, we'll just use one of these dishes. I've got some butter here I'm gonna melt, and it's about a half a stick. I'm gonna put that in the microwave and soften it just a bit. Actually, I'm not. It's gonna be perfect the way it is. All right, let me move these out of the way. You can see what I'm doing. It's a quick dessert. Get that out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna put the butter in there. There we go. I'm gonna add oats and brown sugar. So there's some oats. And I'm gonna add brown sugar. Mix that up with a fork. Smash that butter into the oats and brown sugar. Get that all mixed together. And that'll be the topping. So see, there's really no need to add a lot of sugar to the fruit because you've got this in the brown sugar on the top, which will make it extremely appealing for those with a sweet tooth, without overwhelming, because the substance of the fruit is not overly sweetened. So you get that nice little combination. And that's again why I like to put the lemon in there, is because it gives it a nice little bitter tartness with the sweet overlay. And then the salt has sea salt, a little salty as well flavor. All right, let's see if I have enough butter in there. Yeah, I think I do. So now I'm just gonna use my fingers and squish it together like that. That's all I ever do when I cook. Fingers were invented first, you know, long before silverware. Utensils came along. And before we evolved in using sticks, we had fingers. All right, so we're gonna put that on the top of each one of our little fruits. And I'm gonna put a good fair amount on there. because I want it to be a nice little covering. Isn't that nice right there? Let me do another one right here, and you'll see that. That's a much better angle. How's that? So let's get the topping on there. There we go. And that'll caramelize nicely with the butter and the brown sugar when it goes in the oven. Third one. Now, isn't that great? All of you know, when you cook long enough, and sometimes the same stuff, you always come out with just the right amount. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? Okay, take a little off here. Let's steal a little bit from there. Now that this is covered, it's going to go in the oven. Let's do that. Okay, as I stated, I have my oven preheated at 425. So I'm going to put these all in the oven. We'll let them cook for 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and check them. I'm sure it'll take longer than that. All right, let's put them on for 15 minutes. And then we'll come check them. All right, my oven is talking to me. It's telling me that it's time to check it. It's beeping. So let's open it up and see what's going on. Oh, those are wonderful. Let's take a peek. See how nice those are? Those are perfect. 15 minutes, let's get them out. They're bubbling nicely, which tells me that the brown sugar is caramelized with the oats. And when that dries, when those cool off, that'll be a beautiful, perfect topping. And see how nicely. You can see how nicely those have cooked and how wonderful they look. They're sizzling. Very nice. So we will let those cool, and we will come back to them. So I invite you to try to make these yourself. So I stuck the desserts in the freezer for about 10 minutes because Kevin can't wait, he wants it. So let me see if it's set up enough and put some whipped cream on it. We're gonna find out, aren't we? I think so. Perfect. All right, let me see if I can get these out without making too much of a mess. Comes out of there perfectly, but it's not set up all the way yet. So I'm gonna serve it that way because he can't wait. He's anxious. So we're gonna do it that way. Okay, there we are. I'm gonna see how it tastes. I'm sure it tastes wonderful. Once that sets up all the way, it'll be like a jelly. It'll be very nice. That is so good. Try it, make it at home. Tell me what you think. That's good. Ciao.